Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a story that this switch, this little knife switch that you see here, cost me more than $200 in time. And now I'm going to show you the tools that Daisy and I used. Daisy did all the polishing and cleaning and wire brushing of the threads of the bolts, and I did the disassembly and also helped Daisy. But it took us 8 hours to take this switch off, and by the time we get it back on, it will be 8 hours to rebuild the switch, because when I went into the hall, this switch that I asked for in Tire Queen and Build-A-Ware and City Hardware, this switch, when I asked them to replace this switch, they walked me over to a counter and they offered me this switch right here. That switch. What they did not offer me was a switch like this, but I want an open knife switch so that I can see it's on. So what we had to do, and there's over, there could be 1,000 amps going through this switch. None of those switches from the store would cover 1,000 amps. I don't know if it's 200 amps or 1,000 amps going through the switch. All I know is that when you throw this switch to 1,500 cold cranking amp batteries, all the power from those batteries goes through this switch into the starter. So here's what we had to do. First of all, you have to polish this back to where it's shiny, because bronze, when it's this color, is not making a good electrical contact. Second thing I needed to do, there were some rivets in here. The rivets were rusted out. I replaced them actually with an Allen key type screw, but then I smacked them down on the other side like rivets. This I had done prior to today. That took about 2 hours in and of itself. I replaced this bolt and double nutted it because the other one was not adjustable any longer because the head was rusted off. Then Daisy took all of these pieces. This is an actual bronze nut that slips into this hole here. It slips into that hole, and then one of this type of bolt goes into the hole from the back of the Bakelite. This is a mount. These are mounting holes that go down from the top, but in the back you have bolts like this, which I replaced because what happened is the rusted got so bad it expanded and cracked the Bakelite. So Daisy polished up. These are the tools necessary. First of all, you need a socket or open-end box wrench. Then you need to disassemble these pieces and polish them so that they don't look like this, because this is a high-quality bronze. When you see it's black or even bronze colored like that, it's not making contact. Now I could show you how bad the contact was actually. Not on this one. This is the one here. You're going to see a very, very small section right here where my thumbnail is. That's where the contact was being made, and only there. That's where it arced out. This screw here I had to get this one out because this was a Phillips head screw. The one on the right was the same as the one on the left, but rusted out. So one of the tools I needed was a drill and 3 bits to drill a hole through, send a hole through into the top of this bolt here, and then open the hole 2 more times with 2 more drill bits to take the head of the Phillips head bolt off. Okay. Then we needed this sandpaper. These various grades of emery cloth and sandpapers plus this file. And another smaller file that we had put away already. And you need a couple of pairs of vice grips in order for us to get this off. Originally, we needed these tools to rebuild it, and to try to knock some of the rust off. Various things. Just take my word for it. We used all of these tools for 4.5 hours. So basically, this is a wire brush to wire brush the threads. Needed this drill. I needed this die grinder here to notch a hole in that bolt for a screwdriver. That's going to be the screwdriver head in there, because I didn't have the right size bolt, and I am now making one of these from one of those. Okay. The whole process. Also, of course, we needed a compressor. Needed a compressor for the high pressure air to blow the dust out, so we didn't breathe in all that poisonous bronze oxidation. So, Daisy, please come here. Daisy is the person, the woman, my girl, that polished all of this stuff with the different papers, and then I worked on disassembling and rebuilding the parts. And then we're also going to need a 2-part epoxy to fill this up, and once I get it filled up, I'm going to build a framework around this on 3 sides with some angle steel I still don't have, and put it on. When I remount the switch, I'll put some epoxy around it with some angle steel down to it, and that should hold it for as long as we can. So basically, this little switch here cost me about $200 in time. And this is Michael Fazio,
and this is me,
the mechanic.
Huh?
My newest mechanic.
No.
My onboard mechanic. My girl Friday and Thursday and Wednesday. In the Philippines, baby. Oy vey and shalom from Rabbi Jew Barker in the Philippines, baby. I also had to fix my glasses to get this job done, because those were the only. You can't buy. If you need glasses before you come to the Philippines, you should buy glasses. You can't go to an optometrist here and they give you a standard lens off the shelf. That's a story for a different day. And they charge a lot of money. Yeah, 3,000 pesos, and they give you a pair of glasses off the shelf with a frame that's worth about 12 cents, 12 pesos. You could buy the same frame at any bus terminal or jeepney terminal for 50 pesos, but they put their own lenses in it and they charge you 3,000 pesos. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Cost of living in the Philippines is very high these days. Oy vey. Imagine that. And no one could order the switch for me. No one. Not Tire Queen, not City Hardware. You ask the people at Tire Queen for this switch, they look at you. They just look at you and they go, we don't have that. So out of stock was the exact answer. But they never had one in stock. You're going to live in the Philippines, you need to get used to 2 things. You need to get used to paying twice the price of what it cost in America for certain products, and you got to get used to that sound out of stock when they never had it in stock, because they don't know what it is. Standard answer, out of stock. So you really should do more research, find a manager, ask him why it's out of stock, and then he'll tell you that we don't carry that. Maybe not. Get used to it. Cost of living in the Philippines is a lot more than what you would expect. That's right. That's right. That's right.